It is March 21st. We're having a gorgeous day outside here in Illinois, Zone 5. And I found a few more winter sowing bottles that have germinated. I also want to point out that I used some different types of bottles. This one's really wide open. This one's tall, skinny at the top. This one is like a dish soap that I cut the top off of. So trying out a lot of different bottles, and so far some of these kind of unusual ones have germinated, so that's encouraging. I'm just going to go through real quick and show what's coming up. This is a white carnation, and you can see it's just starting to peek through. And this is it's Feverfew. What is it? Ball yellow. What's it called? Sunny Ball Feverfew. And it's a decorative. It's popular for cut flowers. You can see there's a little bit of green in there. And this Shasta Daisy. So we put some of the more reliable seeds that germinate and like the cold for sure in these stranger bottles to just gauge if they work or not. And this one, yeah, seemed to work pretty well. So that's good. Shasta Daisy is super easy to grow from seed. Here's Honeywort, which did great with winter sowing last year. And I saved seeds and did it again this year. Again, those are just peeking out. It's a really pretty green and purple and blue kind of flower. This one is Candytuft. Now, this one had a little bit of a rough time with winter sowing last year. I think I let it get too wet, and it's actually more cold hardy than I realized, so I can open this one a little earlier. I think that might keep it happier. But yeah, that one's doing great. It was really pretty last year. It was my first year growing it. And then let's see, what do we have here? Oh, this is what's it called? Siberian blue Dianthus. And I believe this is a perennial. This one likes the cold. So it's, yeah, doing just fine. This one is Yarrow. I know these seeds will germinate with winter sowing, so I just wanted to check and see how the bottles did. And then this one is, oh, Spirea. This one was surprising. I saved some seeds off of our Spirea bush, shrub, whatever, in the front. And it looks like there's a few little green specks coming up. So that's kind of neat to grow shrubs and stuff from seeds and grow them with winter sowing. Alright, it's March 22nd, and I found a few more winter sowing plants that have germinated. Two of them here are native prairie plants from Prairie Moon Nursery Seeds, so that's exciting. First we have Prairie Smoke. There's just one tiny one in there. I was very excited to see that. Hopefully some more will come up. And then Ratibida long head, which are those, they're kind of called yellow cone flowers, but they're not actually cone flowers. And that's great. And I have some growing inside too. So I have plenty of these to share with everybody. And then this is Evening Primrose, which I grew some from winter sowing last year and it did well. There's like way too many in there. I don't think they'll all, some will outcompete others because there's just, yeah, those aren't all gonna turn into big plants. Here is English Daisy, and there's just one in there. It's still kind of a little folded over. There it is back there, but it germinated. Those were kind of slow last year. I hear that they do a little better on their second year, so we'll see how they do. And then here's some Irish moss, and there's a lot of tiny little leaves in there if you can see it. And I have some growing inside, and it's really a neat plant. So this is used as like a steppable between stepping stones. So that's exciting. They're finding a few every day. All right, I found this hollyhock, Ford Hook hollyhock, and we got 2 plants germinating in there. These are biennials, so they will bloom next year. It's the 23rd. It's raining today. Wah, 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 wah. It's been raining on and off all day, so that's awesome. I've had to spritz a few of these bottles up front here when it gets real windy and dry, but for the most part, everything like from here back has stayed really moist. So it's great to have this rain coming in. The black swan poppy has a seedling up. So that's great. I think almost all the poppies have germinated, almost. Linen poppy. And that one looks like it's got a few seedlings up. It's March 25th, and there are some more winter sowing bottles that have germinated. Here we have Lunaria and Foxglove, which are actually both biennials. They'll flower next year. And there's Lunaria there, and tiny little Foxglove in here. And both of these did really well with winter sowing last year as well. Okay, here's I put Shasta Daisy seeds in this pop bottle and cut the top off a bit. Now I forgot to poke holes in the bottom, and it wasn't draining, I couldn't figure out why, and I checked and I forgot. So I poked some holes in. I thought the seeds probably rotted, but nope, I saw back there. Let me see. There's a Shasta Daisy coming up. So they're pretty tough seeds, so they can survive quite a bit. But yeah, make sure you poke holes in the bottom. Here is some sweet william. It's a nice perennial here, kind of a low growing perennial. It's a Dianthus. Here's a pink poppy. These are really pretty pink poppies, fluffy petals. And this is from seed that was given out by a local nursery. So we've just been growing these and collecting seeds and regrowing them year after year. Here's some Alyssum. This is these do great with winter sowing. I'm not actually growing these inside this year because they do so good with winter sowing. You see, popped up. Here's a Mardi Gras Coreopsis. It's got pretty sure these are annuals, not perennials, and they have like a yellow and red kind of color. Here's some bunny grass, it's called. There's just tiny little green wisps in there. And this is actually an old like vegetable oil container. So that's cool. I was trying out a lot of containers to see what worked this year. This one clearly did. Here's some spotted bee balm. You can see in there. And I actually have quite a bit of this growing inside too. But it's, much, much bigger. But that's great.